Hiya! It's Pete and Hannah here from across the sea. We have brought you part 3 of our mixes of the Wayfarer Triptych, where we discuss individual parts of certain songs, how we came to record them, write them, arrange them, and just all the ideas we had. So this is Nightmare, aka Conjure the Tempest. So we thought we'd give you the cool bit and then the creepy bit. So this is kind of where this is. I'm trying to think. This is like the end of part 1 almost of the song. So almost halfway through. So here we go.
It's gonna be scary. We've got Mildred, the magical unicorn, to protect us.
Yeah, we'll be fine. Oh, and also it has a tendency to crash, this one, which added to difficulties of somebody else. So apologies in advance.
Quite a simple minor key guitar part, which is actually in Utopia in a major key, and it's because it's kind of mirroring it, so it's like turning it on its head.
So yeah, a good contrast.
And it's just it's like building to something. And it's just like this quite simple vocal go over it.
Kind of I'm just starting to get full of anxiety and just looking around going, oh my word, what's going on? It's all this strange weather that's just weird. There's obviously more to it than that. But and then yeah, true, with this bit is imitating the wind swirling around. All that stuff. And kind of, it helps to bring in more eeriness, especially to the vocal part, because obviously it's easy with Pete's part, but not with me. So, and then you had your individual guitar parts, didn't you?
Oh, the weird, well, there's a weird little feel.
Which brings you into it, yeah.
There's another one that gets you out of it, which is like the drop bit. But then it's got an actual storm on it.
Yeah. So this is one of the fun parts of sorting all this out in lockdown, is that because obviously I was always writing about this storm lyrically. And then I thought, well, hang on, why can't we just do a real one? Or like kind of somehow do a real one on the recording. And so I kind of had all these little trinkets around me on my desk. And every now and then, and I'd get like this big fan thing where I try to do the wind. I'd have like a bowl full of trinkets to try and do there's like a glass smashing bit. With the lightning, I think I just bashed like a drum with like some keys or something like that. I did all sorts. Again, it was just for demo purposes, but Pete really liked the idea, so we kind of went on with it, but obviously you did it much better. It was mainly you, but I did the wind. I did the vocal wind and then just normal that kind of thing, blowing in the mic. I think I had like either some sort of shield thing in front or from the side, so it's not just going like that in your face. So it was a bit more technical than how I did it on the demo. So yeah, what parts did you do, Pete? That's true. You had some wind as well, didn't you? Just to.
Can't say that. I had some wind. My pedal board did. This is 4 takes of a drone through a freeze pedal going through an octave pedal and a delay pedal, and I'm turning the speed of the delay back and forth to get this swirly thing, and adjusting the octave to like bring out different frequencies. It's kind of atonal, but it's like different bits of it come out. It doesn't sound exactly like wind, but it like kind of a little bit like it. So when you put this on top, because we wasn't trying to make it sound like it was in a film where it actually sounds like a storm. It's like kind of the idea of a storm, because everything on this entire album, every note, every noise, everything is all done by us.
Yeah, we made that important from the get-go, didn't we?
Whereas Masquerade had that street sound bit at the start, which I got from a free sound library and built it with all the different elements. We actually recorded them ourselves this time. So for this part it was relatively simple, because we're just building up to this storm. Everything then just snaps and explodes.
And with the vocals I'm kind of building up the angst, and then it's almost like I'm throwing the vocal out and the mirror, and then underneath that I have shatters where I whisper it, which is just the closest I could get to making an actual shatter noise of glass falling on the ground,
which we did as well.
And then we actually did the real thing,
by hurling wine bottles off of the roof. So to get a bit of a smashed glass effect. And then this is actually still relatively simple, this part. It starts as 3 chords and goes to 4 chords, but 3 out of 4 of them are diminished chords, which means that they're very unstable and very horrible sounding. So it's quite a simple minor chord progression, but where I've changed each of the chords to be a diminished chord. And it's in 5/4, so it's got like this kind of driving rhythm, but it's quite like unstable and jerky. And it's just added layers. There's an extra guitar to normal there with a phaser on it. And then you've got the 4 freezes and then 2 more with a phaser on. And then you've got these sub parts. Whereas the other videos we've done, we've looked at these sections where it's all these different parts,
individual layers.
It's like tapestry sort of thing. This is just like maximum wallop. So you've got these low ones. And then this kind of, and that's an acoustic guitar. All of it is all an acoustic guitar. And then it's got this kind of jerky vocal melody on top.
The important point I made with this album is that, because with the strikes, is that in theory I would have taken that out and just done it again, but with the quip I did, it needed it to sound like a realistic vocal, as if, as I said, I'm acting it out. I am the character, and that she's so panicky that it would just be like a croak in her voice sort of thing. So we kept that going, and certainly from this point onwards kept that going throughout the whole thing with the rest of the songs. Yeah.
You got
just a quick thing there, sorry.
Harmonies.
Of course it's harmonies. Shoving as many as I could. Yeah, it's just kind of to, because it sounds quite soft there, it's strange. That it's just bigging up the whole kind of, everything's building up to the word tempest, I feel, and then after that it's just carnage. So this kind of helps build it up to the maximum point where it's just going to be noise everything. So all those vocals are quite soft really, and then the main vocal I'm whacking it out there. The octave one, again, just to help layer it. To be honest, it was just so you could hear the main tune over the storm and all of Pete's bits. Same with that section.
Distorted before my eyes. The city's
Back at it again. And also another point is that it obviously sounds like I'm shouting, but I had to kind of retrain a bit my vocals just to make sure I wasn't straining anything. So I make sure I have an open throat, everything. The mouth palate inside, the top of your mouth. Make sure that's raised and everything, so that I could just whack out all these notes and then keep going and going and going throughout the whole thing, the whole album while doing it live. And then also a lot of vocal control. Sorry, so from going from a shouty bit to where I go soft. So on the next bit of the vocal, the eclipsing bit, if you can find it.
drips of obsidian, drowning out the light.
This is all chest voice here, and then up there I jump to my head voice, which is actually easier to do than it sounds. It's just kind of like you're the stomach's forcing it. It's not your throat. You're forcing it yourself, and then it's going up like that. It's a bit like a trampoline, actually. The description's been said a lot, but it's true.
Singing is like a trampoline.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had to
And then
put
how do
the
we get all
storm.
the like storm rumbling going?
So we
for
kept the
touching?
wind from the previous bit, but now there's rain, which is a combination of a recorded double track of actual rain with a shower, not as in a washing your hair shower, just to try and fill it out a bit more. There's all this thunderclaps and rumbles, which are all me banging on the guitar with a sub-octave pedal on and lots of reverb.
Oh, what's that lightning?
So there's 8 of the six tracks of me quickly ripping a knife up the guitar strings that
As you do.
catches on the bridge a bit as it comes off and gets its like kind of.
It's really quick now. Yeah.
So then
When it hits it, bang on strikes.
this was a nightmare to mix. That's why it's called Nightmare, maybe.
I'm glad I didn't do it.
Because it was having to get the storm sounding big, but not so much so that it swallowed up the guitar parts, because the guitar needs to sound really heavy and driving, and then the vocal has to sort of soar over the top of it.
Yeah, it was very difficult to balance it, but
And then it
you got there in the end, which was quite the achievement, I think.
And it transitions into this very strange kind of experimental section, which we're not going to look at. But to get to that, we had to. Everything like slows down. It goes from the 5 rhythm into like a straight rhythm, and like everything's like grinding to a halt.
So it's almost like it's turned simple, but it's because of all the sounds, and the point of the song is that it's not simple anymore. It's got really weird and dark, creepy, eerie. That's the word I use.
There's a whistle, you whistling, and then this bit of slide guitar. There's this.
Having a stretch.
and then some high screeching, and it all kind of bundles together with the storm sounds, which come to
kind
a
of
climax.
kind of get all pushed down, don't they? Kind of what it's all going down. It's almost like she's fallen down like a whole pit. And now she's in hell.
Actual transition into the next section is with this horrible chord. I don't
Which
know
I
what,
don't think is that horrible. But the point is, it came from the very ending. We have a waterfall of at the end of Mist Mountain and Sea, and we kind of took that and brought it back in to here.
so it's the same method of playing, very, very quick plucking on a nylon string guitar. But whereas that was on 2 normal chords, this is on this really weird sort of. Because the thing with the guitar is because you're making shapes, is you can make strange shapes that you're not meant to make, and then come up with something like this.
If you listened very carefully, it was kind of like a lot of low tones and then a lot of high tones as well. Obviously at the same time.
So we'll see if we can
So
put
it sounded quite simple that bit, but it's not.
put that all in context and hope it might crash. So let's see.
All my creepy whispering. And whooing.
Then it goes into something altogether stranger, which we won't tell you about now.
And yeah, so for that section, that sums it up, doesn't it? So yeah, that's been Conjure the Tempest. And yeah, thank you for watching and listening again. And we will see you soon somehow. So yeah, bye.